my father had an uncle. Well, he had a lot of uncles, I think. But he had one uncle in particular named Uncle Velvel. I remember Uncle Velvel from my childhood, which was a long time ago. I'm 75 years old. I was a little kid, and I remember when Uncle Velvel would come in. He was a really old man. Everybody greeted him with great enthusiasm. He was a big favorite in the family. I didn't really know why, but later on in life I spoke to my aunt about it. And she said, well, everybody in the family loved Uncle Velvel. All the kids loved Uncle Velvel because he would play tricks and he was funny, but most of all, everybody loved Uncle Velvel because Uncle Velvel had a horse. Yeah, he lived in Montreal, but it's a long time ago when people used horses. And all the kids in the family loved Uncle Velvel's horse. He'd let them come and pat his horse and feed it sugar, and stuff like that. So they all loved Uncle Velvel. And why did he have a horse here in the city? Well, Uncle Velvel also had a wagon, and his job was distributing tobacco to the stores where they sold it. Horse and he'd run the same route, stopping at all the same places, and go in and deliver the tobacco, and everybody knew him, and he talked to everybody on the street, and he was just this charming fella. And every night he'd go home. Put the horse in the barn or whatever that they had. But you know, Uncle Velvel's horse was smart. Very smart. Uncle Velvel didn't have to tell his horse what to do. She knew what to do. She knew the route. She'd go the same route every day, stop at all the same places. Uncle Velvel, he could just sit there in a wagon and the horse would take care of everything. It wasn't unusual for Uncle Velvel's horse to bring the wagon home at the end of the day with Uncle Velvel fast asleep. Well, you know, all of his contemporaries are forgotten in the family. I suppose we could look them up and whatnot, and we would, you know, find out who was who, but we wouldn't have any memory of them. It was a long time ago, but we still all remember Uncle Velvel's horse because we use that as an expression in our family. If you're driving someplace, you know, that's not your usual route. And then, you know, you get a little distracted and you realize, oh, I'm going the wrong way. I'm going, you know, someplace that I go all the time. Well, we would say, oh, that's Uncle Velvel's horse driving. And to this day, even though Uncle Velvel died when I was a child, we still use that expression. In fact, we use it so regularly. Sometimes we forget and we use it with somebody who's not in the family. And they look at us like we're weird. What are you talking about? And I gotta say, that's Uncle Velvel's horse talking.
Yeah.